Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to A1 English Podcast, the show for real conversations in real English.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Jessica. We are so happy you're here with us today.
Okay, before we start, quick reminder. If you're learning English and you want to improve naturally, don't forget to like this episode and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, because when you subscribe, you're not just supporting us, you're supporting your own English journey.
All right, so today we're talking about something that almost every English learner runs into sooner or later.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. It's that moment when your friend says, "Hey, did you watch the new episode?" And suddenly your brain goes blank.
Exactly. 90% of English learners can understand movies and shows just fine, but when it's time to talk about them, total panic.
Total panic, yes. You know the story, you have opinions, but the words just disappear.
So today, we're talking about how to talk about movies and TV shows in English, naturally, confidently, and without spoiling anything for your friends.
And honestly, this is such a useful topic because movies and shows are one of the easiest ways to start a conversation with anyone, anywhere.
Totally. Whether you're at work, on a date, or just chatting with a classmate, have you seen anything good lately is basically a universal icebreaker.
But here's the good news. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to say.
Not perfect, but confident, and confidence is what matters most.
Exactly. So let's start easy. No stress. No boring grammar rules.
Just real English, real conversations, real life.
Okay, let's get into it.
And honestly, this isn't just about movies. This skill, talking about stories, opinions, and reactions, helps you in so many real conversations.
Totally. Job interviews, small talk with neighbors, even first dates. What have you been watching is basically a universal icebreaker.
Exactly. So if you master this topic, you'll feel more confident in dozens of everyday situations.
All right, are you ready, everyone?
Let's go. All right, Jessica, let me ask you something. When you were learning English, did you ever feel confused about how to react when someone told you about a movie?
Oh my gosh, all the time. I remember just saying good or nice to literally everything. Someone would tell me about an amazing plot twist, and all I could say was nice.
That's so relatable, and that's exactly how most learners feel. They have the vocabulary for basic stuff, but not for talking about stories, characters, and feelings.
Right. So today, let's break this down step by step in the simplest way possible.
This topic is actually not complicated at all. The problem is that textbooks teach you words like protagonist and cinematography before they teach you how to just say, "I loved it."
So true. Nobody talks like that in real life.
Exactly. So let's start with the basics. Talking about movies and shows in English usually involves three things: talking about what you watched, sharing your opinion, and asking questions without giving away the ending.
That last part is super important. In English, we call revealing the ending a spoiler. And trust me, people take this very seriously.
Oh, very seriously. I once told a friend how a movie ended and he didn't talk to me for 2 days.
2 days. See, that's why today's episode is so useful. We'll teach you the phrases to talk about shows and the polite way to warn people before you say anything important.
Now, why do people get confused with this topic? Usually, it's because they don't know the everyday vocabulary, words like binge watch, plot twist, or cliffhanger.
And also because they're not sure how to express opinions naturally. Like, how do you say something is amazing without just repeating good 50 times?
But today, we're going to fix all of that.
We'll explain everything using real examples, the kind of things you'd actually say to a friend, not textbook sentences.
Because real life is the best teacher.
We'll explain everything using real examples, the kind of things you'd actually say to a friend, not textbook sentences.
Because real life is the best teacher.
And one more thing before we move on, Don't worry if you don't know all these words yet. We're going to repeat the key phrases several times during the episode, so by the end, they'll feel familiar.
That's such a good point. Repetition is how our brains actually learn language. So even if something feels new now, just relax. It'll click later.
Also, I want to mention this episode works for any level. If you're a beginner, focus on the simple phrases. If you're more advanced, pay attention to the small details, like word choice and tone.
Great advice. Okay, are we ready to get into the real content?
Let's do it.
Couldn't agree more. Let's dive in. All right, let's talk about our first key point. How to start a conversation about something you watched.
This is super important because this is usually how the whole conversation begins.
The most common way to start is simply, "Have you seen?" followed by the name of the movie or show. Or you can say, "I just finished watching," or "I started a new show last night."
Let me give you a real-life example.
Yes, please.
Imagine you're at work and it's lunchtime. Everyone's chatting casually.
Okay, I'm listening.
You could say, "Hey, have you guys seen that new series everyone's talking about? I started it last night and I literally couldn't stop."
Perfect. That sounds so natural. And notice, she didn't say the name yet. She just opened the topic.
Exactly. Now, many learners make this mistake. They say something like, "Yesterday, I am watching a movie and it is very good."
Oh, yes, I hear that all the time.
The problem with that sentence is the verb tenses are mixed up. Present continuous and present simple don't work together like that for a finished action.
So the correct way is, "Yesterday I watched a movie and it was really good." Past simple for both parts.
Exactly. Simple fix, big difference.
Let's give another example to make it even clearer.
Good idea. Think about this. You're texting a friend and you want to recommend something.
In this situation, you could say, "You have to watch this show. I binge-watched the whole season in one weekend."
And notice how binge watch means watching many episodes in a row without stopping. It's super common in everyday English now.
Yes, that's the key. Native speakers use it constantly.
So remember, when you want to introduce a topic, use "Have you seen?" or "I just watched," and when something was great, "I binge-watched it," or "I couldn't stop watching."
Not complicated at all, right?
Not at all. Let's keep going. Let's add a few more useful phrases here because there are so many natural ways to bring up this topic.
Good idea. For example, if you're not sure whether your friend has watched something, you can ask, "Are you caught up on?" Meaning, have they watched all the latest episodes?
Oh, that's such a useful one. Like, are you caught up on the new season or are you still behind?
Exactly. And if you were behind, you'd say, "I'm a bit behind. I'm only on episode 3.
Another great phrase. If you watch something a long time ago and don't remember details, you can say, "I watched it ages ago, so I barely remember what happened."
Ages ago just means a long time ago. Very common in casual English.
And if you're currently watching something but haven't finished, you say, "I'm halfway through," or "I'm on episode 5 right now."
Let's practice with a quick role play. Imagine someone asks you, "Have you seen the new movie that just came out?"
And you haven't seen it yet, but you want to, you could say, "Not yet, but it's on my list," meaning you plan to watch it soon.
It's on my list. I love that phrase. So natural.
Now imagine the opposite. You have seen it and you loved it. You'd say, "Yes, I watched it last weekend and I'm still thinking about it."
I'm still thinking about it. That's such a powerful way to show something really impacted you.
Great. So now we have a whole toolbox just for starting and continuing this kind of conversation.
Let's keep building on that toolbox.
Okay, now let's move to our second key point, sharing your opinion about a movie or show without sounding repetitive.
This one is equally important because opinions are basically the heart of any conversation about entertainment.
Most learners only know good, bad, and okay, but English has so many natural expressions for this.
Let's make this super practical.
Imagine your friend asks, "So, how was the movie?"
What would you say?
If you absolutely loved it, you could say, "Honestly, it blew me away. I was hooked from the very first scene."
Perfect. And why does that work so well?
Because blew me away means it impressed you a lot, and hooked means you were completely interested and couldn't look away. These are natural emotional expressions.
Now here's a common mistake.
Oh, let's talk about mistakes. These are so helpful.
People often say, the movie was very good, I like it very much.
And the problem with that is it's grammatically fine, but it sounds a bit flat and repetitive. Very good and very much together feels unnatural.
So instead, we could say, the movie was really good, I definitely recommend it.
Much better. Now, let's also talk about when something was not good.
Great point. If a show was boring, you could say, honestly, it was kind of slow. I almost gave up halfway through.
And if it was just okay, not great, not terrible, you could say, it was all right, but I expected more.
Let's practice one more time. Fill in the blank. The ending was so unexpected, I never saw that blank coming.
Everyone listening, pause for a second. How would you finish that sentence?
The answer is twist. I never saw that twist coming. A plot twist is a surprising change in the story.
Did you get it right? If yes, amazing. If not, don't worry. That's exactly why we're here.
Learning takes time, and mistakes are part of the process.
Absolutely. Let's keep this energy going.
Let's add even more expressions, because the more variety you have, the more natural you'll sound.
Great idea. So if something was absolutely amazing, like one of the best things you've ever watched, you could say it's an instant favorite, or it's definitely going on my top 10 list.
Nice. And if something was just decent, watchable, but not memorable, you might say, it was decent, but I probably won't watch it again.
Good one. And if a show started strong but got worse over time, you'd say it went downhill after the first season, or it lost its spark.
Lost its spark. That's a beautiful expression. It means it lost the special energy or excitement it had at the beginning.
On the other hand, if a show started slow but got better, you'd say it really picked up after episode 3, or it grew on me.
Grew on me is so useful. It means you didn't like it at first, but over time you started enjoying it more and more.
Let's do one more practice round. Imagine your friend asks, "Did you like the ending?" And you're not sure how you feel. Mixed feelings.
You could say, honestly, I have mixed feelings about it. Part of me loved it, but part of me wanted more closure.
Closure, meaning a satisfying conclusion where all questions are answered. Such an important word for talking about endings.
And if the ending was a cliffhanger, meaning it left you with unanswered questions on purpose, you'd say, it ended on a huge cliffhanger. I need the next season immediately.
Yes, that feeling is so real.
Okay, I think we have a really strong set of opinion phrases now. Let's move on to the next big topic. All right, Jessica, now let's get to the part everyone's been waiting for. How to avoid spoilers, and how to politely tell someone not to spoil something for you.
Oh, this is my favorite part because it's such a real, everyday situation.
So first, what exactly is a spoiler? A spoiler is any information about the plot, especially the ending or a big surprise, that ruins the experience for someone who hasn't watched it yet.
Right. And in English, before sharing something important, people usually give a warning first.
Exactly. The most common phrase is simply, spoiler alert. You say this before you reveal anything important.
Let me give an example. Imagine your friend says, "Oh my God, did you see the finale? Spoiler alert, the main character actually..." And then they tell you.
See how that works? They warned you first, so you have a chance to say, wait, don't tell me, I haven't watched it yet.
And that phrase, "don't tell me," or "no spoilers, please," is exactly what you say if you don't want to know.
Now here's a common mistake. Many learners just say, please don't say, but that sounds incomplete and a bit strange.
The natural way is, please don't spoil it for me, or simply, no spoilers.
Another useful phrase, if you accidentally start talking about something and realize the other person hasn't seen it, you can say, "Oh, wait, have you watched it yet? I don't want to ruin it for you."
Ruin it, meaning spoil the surprise. Very natural, very polite.
And if someone does spoil something for you by accident, you might say, "Oh no, you just spoiled it. I can't believe it." But in a joking, friendly way, of course.
Yes, it's usually said with humor, not anger, unless it's a really, really big reveal.
So, to summarize, before sharing big plot details, say, "Spoiler alert." If you don't want to know something, say, "No spoilers, please," or "Don't tell me." And if it happens anyway, you just spoiled it.
Simple, polite, and very, very common in everyday English.
Now, if you make mistakes with these phrases, don't panic.
Everyone makes mistakes. Even native speakers accidentally spoil things sometimes.
The important thing is to keep speaking, keep trying.
Silence is worse than a wrong sentence.
Exactly. Let's go a bit deeper here, because spoiler etiquette can actually change depending on the situation.
Ooh, good point. Like online versus in person?
Exactly. Online, on social media, forums, group chats, the spoiler rules are even stricter because so many people might see your message at different times.
Right. So online, people often write things like, spoilers below, scroll past if you haven't watched yet, in capital letters to really grab attention.
And some people use a phrase like, "I'll wait a few days before posting about this to give everyone a chance to watch it."
That's such a thoughtful, community-minded thing to say.
Now, in person, it's a bit more relaxed, but the basic rule is the same. Always check first. You could ask, "Hey, quick question before I say anything. Are you all caught up?"
And if the answer's no, you simply say, okay, no problem, I won't say anything until you're done.
Now, here's an interesting cultural note. In some friend groups, there's actually a spoiler deadline. Like, after 1 week, spoilers are fair game.
That's so true. My friends and I have that rule for big shows. After a week, if you haven't watched it, that's kind of on you.
Exactly. "That's on you" means it's your own responsibility. Another great phrase.
So to summarize this section, online, be extra careful and give clear warnings. In person, always ask first. And in friend groups, sometimes there's an unspoken time limit.
Great summary. Now let's move to our next big topic, characters and recommendations.
Okay, now let's talk about something else that comes up a lot, discussing characters, genres, and giving recommendations.
This is great because it really opens up the conversation beyond just good or bad.
Let's start with genres. In English, common genres include action, comedy, drama, horror, romance, thriller, sci-fi, which is short for science fiction, and documentary.
Imagine someone asks you, "What kind of movies do you like?" What would you say?
You could say, I'm really into thrillers and mystery shows. Anything with a good plot twist keeps me interested.
And notice, "I'm really into" is a very natural way to say you like something a lot, much more natural than "I like very much."
Exactly. Now let's talk about characters. If you want to talk about who's in the story, you can say things like, the main character is so relatable, or I can't stand the villain. He's so annoying, but in a good way.
In a good way is important there. It shows you're enjoying disliking the character, which often means the actor did a great job.
Right. And if a character makes a bad decision, you might say, I was literally yelling at the screen. Why would you do that?
That's such a relatable expression. We've all done that while watching something.
Now, let's move to recommendations. If a friend asks, what should I watch next? Here's a common mistake learners make. I suggest that you watch this movie.
Oh, that's a tricky one. The grammar gets a bit tangled there.
The natural way is simply, I'd really suggest watching this, or you should definitely check this out.
Check it out is super common. It just means watch it or try it.
Let's practice. Imagine your friend just finished a show and loved it. What could you say to find out more without asking for spoilers?
You could ask, no spoilers, but how would you describe it? Is it more of a feel-good show or something darker?
Perfect. Feel good means it makes you feel happy and positive. A great word to know.
See how natural that sounds? This is real English, not textbook English.
Exactly. Now, everyone listening, I want you to try something.
Think of a movie or show you watched recently. Try describing it using one of today's phrases. I'm really into, I couldn't stop watching, or no spoilers, but
Say it out loud, even if you're alone.
practice builds confidence.
And if you make a mistake, say it again.
That's how learning works.
Let's also add a few phrases for talking about the more technical side, without sounding like a film critic.
Good idea, because sometimes you want to comment on the acting or the music, not just the story.
For acting, you could say, the acting was incredible. I totally forgot I was watching actors. Or, her performance really stood out.
Stood out means it was noticeably better or more memorable than the rest.
For music, a really common phrase is, the soundtrack gave me chills. Or, that theme song is so catchy, I can't stop humming it.
That happens to me all the time. And for visuals, if something looked amazing, you'd say, the visuals were stunning, or every scene looked like a painting.
Stunning is such a strong, simple word, perfect for describing something beautiful.
And if the effects looked fake or cheap, you might say, honestly, the effects looked a bit dated, meaning old-fashioned, not modern.
Great additions. These phrases really help you sound like someone who genuinely enjoys watching and discussing films, not just summarizing plots.
Exactly, and that's what makes conversations interesting and fun.
All right, now let's put everything together with a full example conversation.
Yes, let's imagine two friends meeting up for coffee.
Okay, I'll be friend A, and Jack, you be friend B. Ready?
Ready.
Hey, long time no see. So what have you been up to?
Honestly, not much. Mostly just relaxing and binge-watching this new series everyone's been talking about.
Oh, really? Which one?
I don't want to say the name yet because, well, I don't want to ruin the surprise of you finding it yourself. But it's a thriller, and the first episode hooked me immediately.
Nice. I'm really into thrillers too. Is it more of a slow burn or does it start fast?
It starts fast, like within the first 10 minutes, something happens that completely changes everything.
Ooh, a plot twist already?
Kind of. I won't say more, no spoilers, but trust me, you'll want to clear your weekend.
Okay, I'll definitely check it out. Was there anything you didn't like?
Honestly, just one thing. The pacing in episode 4 felt a bit slow, but everything after that picks up again.
Good to know. Thanks for the recommendation. I'll start it tonight.
Just promise me one thing. When you finish it, give me a spoiler alert warning before we talk about the ending.
Deal. Okay, back to our normal voices, everyone.
See how natural that felt? Every phrase we learned today came together in one real conversation.
Binge watching, hooked, plot twist, no spoilers, check it out, spoiler alert, all in one chat, just like real life.
And notice, nobody used complicated grammar or fancy vocabulary, just clear, natural, everyday English.
Exactly. That's the goal.
Let's do one more conversation, but this time a different situation, talking about a show that someone didn't like.
Good idea, because disagreeing about shows is also super common.
Okay, I'll be friend A again, and Jessica, you be friend B this time.
Got it. Ready.
So, I finally finished that series everyone's been raving about. Honestly, I don't get the hype.
Really? Everyone I know loves it.
I know. The acting was great, and the visuals were stunning, but the story just didn't grab me. It felt kinda slow.
That's so interesting. For me, it grew on me after episode 2. Did you get past episode 2?
I did, but honestly, by episode 5, I was kinda bored. No spoilers, but the ending didn't give me much closure either.
Fair enough. I guess it's just one of those shows. Some people love it, some people don't connect with it.
Exactly. But hey, I'm really into comedies lately. Have you seen anything funny recently?
Oh, actually, yes. I watched a really good one last week. It's on my list to recommend to you, actually.
Perfect. Send it my way. Okay, back to our normal voices, everyone.
See how that conversation felt totally different? Same vocabulary, but a different opinion, and the conversation naturally moved to a new topic.
That's so important. Disagreeing about a show doesn't have to be awkward. You can respectfully share different opinions, just like in your own language.
Exactly. And notice how fair enough was used. It means, okay, that makes sense, even if you don't fully agree.
Great phrase to remember for any disagreement, not just about movies.
All right, I think we've covered so much today. Let's do our final recap.
All right, Jessica, before we wrap up, let's quickly review the common mistakes we talked about today.
Yes, because mistakes are actually great teachers.
Mistake number 1, mixing up verb tenses, like saying, yesterday I am watching a movie.
The correct way is, yesterday I watched a movie. Past simple for completed actions.
Mistake number 2, saying, very good, I like it very much, which sounds repetitive.
Instead, try expressions like, I'm really into it, it blew me away, or I definitely recommend it.
And mistake number 3, saying, I suggest you that you watch this.
The natural way is, I'd suggest watching this, or you should check this out.
Now, if you make these mistakes, don't panic.
Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers.
The important thing is to keep speaking, keep practicing, and use the phrases we taught you today in real conversations.
Try them with friends, write them in your journal, or even talk to yourself while watching a show.
And let's add one more. Mistake number 4, saying, it was boring movie. Remember, in English, adjectives need an article before them with singular nouns.
So the correct way is, it was a boring movie, or simply, it was boring.
Small word, but it makes a big difference in how natural your English sounds.
And mistake number 5, confusing bored and boring. Many learners say, I was boring, when they mean I was bored.
Right. Boring describes the thing that causes the feeling, like the movie was boring. Bored describes how you feel. I was bored.
Such a small difference, but it completely changes the meaning. I was boring would mean you are a boring person.
Exactly. So be careful with that one.
Great. Now we've covered 5 really common mistakes plus tons of natural phrases. I think our listeners are ready.
All right, let's quickly review what we learned today.
First, we talked about how to start a conversation about something you watched, using phrases like, have you seen? And I just finished watching.
Then we covered how to share opinions naturally, with expressions like, it blew me away, I was hooked, or it was kinda slow.
We also learned how to handle spoilers politely. Spoiler alert, no spoilers please, and you just spoiled it.
And finally, we practiced a full conversation, putting everything together, genres, characters, and recommendations.
Remember, you don't need to be perfect.
You just need to be confident and keep trying.
English is a tool for communication, not a test.
So speak, make mistakes, learn, and improve.
That's the journey.
If this episode helped you talk about movies and shows more confidently, please hit the like button.
And if you want more real English conversations like this, subscribe to A1 English Podcast.
We upload new episodes regularly to help you improve your English naturally.
Thank you so much for learning with us today.
Keep practicing, keep improving.
Bye, everyone.
See you in the next episode.